USC opens a gauntlet of 3 ranked teams in as many games. As for UCLA, well, I guess they have a shot if you want to watch that train wreck. And the Dodgers' prized acquisition at the trade deadline is a no-go for the playoffs. Good morning. I'm James. And this is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the faithful Angelenos Morning Report. It is September 27, 2025. I am in Minneapolis St. Paul Airport, waiting, praying for that flight back to civilization. Do you like being in the know about LA sports? Well, if you do, clickety-clack the like button. Clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. It'll let you know when we drop an update. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist. By all means, comment. Now, before we go through the news and notes, we do have an expanded look at the scoreboard, as we always do during football season. Dodgers 3, Seattle 2. And to be honest with you, I straight up thought the Dodgers would be too hungover to even want to play. So, kudos. Way to show that heart of a champion. Boozing it up all the way on the plane ride there, puking at the airport, and still managing to post the dub. Well done. Meanwhile, today, the Dodgers are at Seattle at 6:40. This is going to be a hell of a football game, I think. 21st ranked USC at 23rd ranked Illinois at 9 a.m. But to be frank, it seems to me that all the Trojans need is a good night's sleep. I mean, think about it. Do you want to start hitting people at 9 in the morning? I don't. And I hate people. The truth of the matter is the Trojans pose a number of matchup problems for the Illini. Illinois' offensive line is in utter tatters. They allow a ton of sacks. USC's new defensive line? Oh, they're tied for the nation lead in sacks. The Trojans also have a diversified offense that's going to keep the Illini's head spinning. Now, I was watching this preview on another channel because I don't want to sit there and say a victory is a fait accompli. It isn't. Illinois is not nearly as bad as a team that got its ass handed to them on a paper plate last week. This one mouth breather on another channel is claiming that Illinois was going to run all over USC. In what world? The Trojans allow less than 100 rushing yards per game. No. For the Illini to win, and again, this is not a terrible football team, they are still ranked. USC simply concedes big pass plays. 39 so far this year, 39 plays that have gone for a minimum of 10 yards. So if you're Illinois, you're hoping to strike big. But that plays into the hands of the Trojans' pass rush. So I expect Illinois to make some big plays and have those big plays taken right back, thanks to that offensive line. Meanwhile, for USC's offense, they simply have to be alert. Straight up. Because kickoff, as if you didn't notice, 9 freaking a.m. So if USC sleepwalks through the first half and falls behind by 2 scores, that's going to be a thing. If they don't, USC is going to be sending a shot across the bow for the rest of the season. That is a team that you're not going to trifle with. Meanwhile, UCLA is at Northwestern at 12:30, and if you want to watch this game, you have a pain fetish that prayer cannot help, my dude. The Wildcats are a terrible football team. The Wildcats are a team that could go winless in the Big Ten. Should go winless in the Big Ten. But they have UCLA on their schedule. So there's that. Some scribes, such as the one for the LA Daily News, they're predicting Nico Iamaleava will have this breakout game, as if all that was wrong with the Bruins was Deshaun Foster shackling him. There is a reason for people to be lulled into a false sense of optimism about this game. And I've done so on multiple occasions so far this year when it comes to the Bruins. I'm not falling for it every week. True, the Wildcats have no passing game. Their top running back out for the year. And by the way, the Wildcats' only win came against Western Illinois. And for all we know, Western Illinois is a junior college just outside of St. Louis. But if you're thinking UCLA rights the ship today, until they prove otherwise, you are drinking way too much opium. Because it's not just that there's an interim coach making a debut, there's a new defensive coordinator as well. So you guys are telling me in the LA Daily News that UCLA learned how to block and tackle in 2 weeks. Really? Really? Because it is true that the Bruins have a chance to win. It is also just as true that there is a legit chance the Bruins look even more confused today than they did against New Mexico State. To tell you where to place a bet on this game would be me affirming your gambling fetish. I will not do that to you, good people. So I make no predictions other than this game will set college football back about 80 years. As for the rest of the schedule, it's Galaxy Game Day. They will host Sporting Kansas City at 7:30. LAFC is at St. Loser Missouri at 5:30, and Angel City FC is at Racing Louisville at 4:30. The only thing I know about Racing Louisville is that if I ever find myself in Louisville, I'm racing the hell out of Louisville. So with that out of the way, what do you say we get to the news? Because it is now time for your daily injured Dodger pitcher updates. Reliever Brock Stewart will undergo shoulder surgery. He is done for the rest of the year, not to mention a good chunk of the first half of 2026. Now, Stewart was the only name that a marginal baseball fan would recognize that came to LA at the trade deadline. Not that the trade deadline is where you make a champion, right? Remember, all throughout the second half of the year, all the scribes were telling us about how the Padres had caught up to the Dodgers thanks to that amazeballs trade deadline. Totally didn't happen. But let's not give Andrew Friedman his flowers either. That trade deadline, it was like the latest in a conga line of false prophets, false saviors to that bullpen. All Stewart did was take them out 4 times. And the bullpen remains a dumpster fire. I get it. Tanner Scott got the save Friday, but let's be honest, we all know that does not whitewash 10 blown saves. It's not like the Dodgers would have made great use out of James Outman, who they gave up for Stewart. But if Andrew Friedman didn't lose this trade, it's not this masterstroke that we were all expecting. We've been talking a lot recently about the Dodger bullpen. A lot. I have my thoughts about what they could do, but I'm not in the inner sanctum. We'll have to wait for next week. Not that you should expect the Giants to put up much of a fight Sunday, but it's as if the Chargers are offering them one free shot to the kisser. The offensive line for the Bolts, already down its top left tackle, will be without right guard Mekhi Becton, who was concussed last weekend. Jamari Salyer gets the start. Also, tight end Will Dissly is out Sunday against the Giants. It's a knee injury. So the Bolts, if they want a tight end, they have a 3-headed monster of what? Oronde Gadsden, Tyler Conklin, and Tucker Fisk. Okay. But I'll be fair about this. I think we should be fair. These Chargers are not exactly the ones who had Antonio Gates lining up for years. To be frank, they ought to be giving their thanks to God every night that they asked Keenan Allen if he just wanted to show up during training camp and run a few down and outs for old time's sake. Because for those of us, myself included, for those of us who thought that Ladd McConkey was going to make another jump this season, pause on that. It's Allen who leads the team in receptions. He's got 19. When you're looking for rationales as to how Justin Herbert all of a sudden blew up, it's because he's got his old friend lining up on the outside. But you let me know what you think in the comments thread. Talk to me about college football today. Who you got? USC v. Illinois, or for that matter, UCLA finally getting a victory. And what would you do about the Dodger bullpen? And if you enjoyed this update, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We're talking LA sports every single day here. Thank you for watching. I'm James, and we'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Kian Corte El Queso production. Take care.